they're going to be good. They're going to fight. It's going to be a good game. If our offense outlasts theirs, we're going to win. We're physically ready as we'll ever be, but just getting mentally prepared for that and knowing that every game's going to be a dogfight.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another episode of the Fitz Take Podcast. I'm your guy, Jamarcus Fitzpatrick, but you know you can always call me Fitz. That man in boxes with me is Elijah Nixon, aka E-Money. Guys, thank y'all so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you have not, please hit the bell down below and subscribe, like the video, comment, share it, all of that good stuff. If you're listening to this episode on whatever podcast feed, please follow us there as well. That is Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. And then follow us on all our social media platforms, the Fitz Take Podcast, myself, Elijah, and my production company, ONEWAY Productions. That will be linked down in the description of this video. And today we have yet another guest coming on, and this is another first. We have our first softball athlete coming on. She has been the backbone of Texas Tech's Infield, leading the team in doubles, turning clutch double plays, and earning all Big 12 honors along the way. A spark plug at the plate and a leader in the dugout. She's helped guide the Red Raiders to their first ever Women's College World Series. Please welcome in second baseman, Miss Alexa Langeliers. Alexa, thank you so much for hopping on.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt, no doubt. I guess just for starters, you know, you guys have positioned yourself to be somewhere that this program has never been before. When you look back at the entire journey of the season, like how rewarding has this been for y'all to be in this position to now go and win a national championship?
It's been so rewarding. I mean, just like all of the hard work that we've put in, like it's really nice to like see it pay off. And I'm happy that this is my last year. You know, like this is where I'm ending my season at.
Now talking about that, you guys been on a tear lately. 9-game winning streak. Was it a part of that? Was it a part of this winning streak where you realized, like, hey, we are playing our best ball, and this could actually get us to somewhere we have never been?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like, just seeing the team really come together because obviously, like, our team is a lot of newbies and a lot of transfers, and just seeing it all come together to come to this result is just amazing.
You mentioned about that, how you guys have kind of gelled together with all of the talented players that y'all have assembled, you know, recruits, transfers, and all those things like that. What was it that allowed y'all to be able to gel together so smoothly? Because like you have different personalities, different styles of play. Why were y'all able to come together so well this year?
I think wanting to do it for the person next to me really helped us with that. And like we all had the same common goal of making it to the World Series. And I think that also really helped. And just like how competitive we are, like the competitiveness like made us a family. And I think that's just really helped us in our journey of cohesiveness and really just coming together.
You know who else is competitive? Gerry Glasco. Talk to me about him as he leads the helm with you guys, and how is that with you guys like so far?
I've said this a lot, but I've always looked at Coach Glasgow as like a grandfather. Like he's always been like somebody I can always turn to. But at the end of the day, like he wants to win, and you obviously feel that at practice. Like he'll get on you if you're not mentally there. Like, and he also like if you're physically struggling, like he will walk you through whatever you need. And he's really just in your back pocket. You know, like he holds you to a high standard, but he also knows when to let off the gas a little bit.
Talking about Coach Glasgow still, you know, you guys' relationship goes back to your time when you were there at Louisiana. When you kind of look at your career as a whole and how much of an impact he's, you know, brought about you, how has your journey through college softball built you to the position that you're in right now? Like your journey from UL to now here at Texas Tech?
I'm very grateful for my time at UL and being able to grow that relationship with Glasgow at UL. I think really has strengthened the foundation of this team because we do have fibers from UL and we've kind of brought our experience from UL into this program. And I think that's a really good starting point for this program. And I'm excited to see what kind of teams come and like build off of it and make it even better than it is now.
And staying on that journey with Glasgow and you, this is your first ever College World Series. Texas Tech first ever College World Series, and also Coach Glasgow's, I think. So when that final out happened against Florida State, was it a moment between y'all two or anybody that was on that team with you, well, from the year previous with Coach Glasgow, that you like, hey, we made it, we got here?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it was Vic was the first one that I saw outside of Lauren. Lauren was a bit further away, like we were all running towards an IJ. And just like we like locked eyes, and it was just like we really just did that. And I think it was just a really cool moment to like having spent 3 years with these girls already, and like just finishing at the finish line for the first time is just something I wouldn't trade for any day.
Now you're at the second base position, so like that is a hot spot between there and like third base. Anybody in the infield, those are kind of one of the hot spots, and that's a position where you have the opportunity to be very vocal and talk. Like, how have you stepped in and been a voice as a leader in the dugout and on the team, especially with you being a senior?
Yeah, so I've actually always been more of like a lead by example, but like I'm always in people's pockets and I'm talking to them one on one more than I am like as like a group. I normally leave that up to Demi, who's our other senior. She's more of like the very vocal, very loud, very energetic. But like if somebody's getting in their head a little bit too much, I'm always in their back pocket being like, hey, next pitch, hey, rub some dirt on it, you're good. Like kind of just keep flipping the page. And I've always just been more of the person that builds confidence in the girls around me than like really taking charge over everybody. It's more of like a hey, I got your back no matter what.
Now, for me, it's tough for me to chew gum and walk at the same time. But for you, it's easy for you to make some plays happen, especially double plays. Is there a method to what you do out there?
Yeah, so Hunter has worked on double plays the whole time I've known him, which was the start of last year. And he put a major emphasis on the double play because we had a lot of balls in play that should have been double plays in previous years that were just the single out at first and letting the runner advance. And so he shifts our defense to more of like a pinch look in the middle. So like we're closer to second because most of the balls, at least for a majority of the pitchers that I've had over the years, they hit a lot of ground balls back up the middle. And so when there's a runner on first, we tend to pinch that middle so that we have less space in between us and the bag, and it gets us there faster. And then as a second baseman, we have to come across the bag so that that out happens faster than dropping back.
Okay, really breaking down the X's and O's.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's okay.
No, no, you good. You good. You good. You talked a little bit about pitching, and obviously y'all have one of the most elite pitchers in the country in NiJaree Canady. Like, what makes her so special, not just in the circle, but the fact that on the other side, she can go and slap one out of the yard too.
I mean, she is just legendary. Like, there's no other word for her. Like, she is fierce on and off the field. She gives it her all, and she is locked in way before the game even starts. Like, I've been her roommate for like the last 5 weeks, and so I get to see like her uh, game day routines, and she's locked in as soon as she wakes up, and it's just amazing to really just see and be a part of. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be on the same team as her.
Now going into your next game against Ole Miss in this College World Series, what's one thing that you could say that's going to probably get you guys over the hump to advance to beat Ole Miss coming up?
I think our biggest thing that we need to really focus on is just keep scoring first in the first inning and keep applying pressure after that. Like we can't take our foot off the gas. And Ole Miss is not a team that just lays down and will roll over, you know. And obviously they've made it to the World Series. They're going to be good. They're going to fight. gonna be it's gonna be a good game, and I think if our offense outlasts theirs, we're gonna win.
Now, mentioning about the World Series, obviously you have that high of, you got the final out, you punched your ticket there, but now a lot of that excitement kind of settles in now because it's like, all right, now it's time to go and achieve our dreams. Like, how have you seen some of that big emotion kind of shift now to laser like focus for y'all as y'all prepare for the game?
Um, so the day after, we had like a travel day, so we were just traveling home, and I think that was really when we like felt all of the emotions, and we were starting to like kind of release them at the same time. And then the day after, we had practice, and we were just locked in. We were ready to go after that. It's a special group of girls for sure. Like we know time and place and all of that. And granted, this is first time for all of us to go to the World Series, except for Lana and Nigel. But I think Nigel's Nigel's a very big part of our team, and a lot of the girls look up to her. And I think how she reacted on that first day of practice really set the tone for us.
And to keep going off that question, I know you played in conference tournaments, you played in regional, super regionals, but is it something different in the air for you right now? Like, what is that feeling like that you're out there? Is it something different in the air right now? Um, does it bring a little extra energy that you in this World Series?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like the regionals and the super really ready for this moment, but at the same time, it's a completely different level. Like you're playing against 7 other teams in the country that are also in the top 8. Like it's not gonna be an easy fight. And I think just being mentally prepared for it, because we're physically ready as we'll ever be, but just getting mentally prepared for that and knowing that every game's gonna be a dogfight will really just be the difference in games.
I saw your Instagram post where you were like, how it started versus, how it's going right now. And it was your first conference championship, winning the Sun Belt championship. And then the next one was when y'all won the Big 12. And I think y'all went on a run where y'all didn't like allow a single run through the whole tournament. Like when you think about what you've been able to help accomplish and put in a school on the map so very quickly, like how proud does that make you when you can think about that?
I'm very proud. It's just once in a lifetime kind of moment. And I'm so thankful for the girls around me because this wouldn't have happened without them. And I'm very grateful for the fact that, I've never lost a conference series, and I haven't lost a conference tournament either. And I've always made postseason, and that wouldn't have been possible without our coaches and the girls through all 4 years. And I'm very, very grateful for the the environments that I've been in and how like we just don't quit, and it's just something I'm not taking for granted.
Now, the other UL girls that's actually out there now, you got Sam Landry and Taylor Roman. You play against Taylor in that Ole Miss game, but do you guys still keep in contact? Because all you guys in the like, how is that? Did you see them yet? Did y'all run into each other yet or anything?
Well, we actually just got to our hotel. I hopped on as soon as I could. But we do have plans to meet up. I have plans to meet up with a couple girls from my travel team as well. Um, but yeah, Taylor and I keep in contact. Not like super regularly, but like if one of us does something really good, I'll reach out and be like, hey, good job, I saw this, and I'm so proud of you, yada yada yada. And it's always just like a back and forth thing. There's a lot of love there, even if it's not like constantly back and forth. And I'm very grateful for that bond. She was always somebody I could rely on.
Now, also, too, like, for whatever reasons you guys have decided to move forward in your career after you left UL, like how much does that say about the amount of talent that was on that team that you have a Taylor Roman that can go to Ole Miss and become a designated hitter, a Sam Landry that becomes a SEC newcomer of the year. Y'all go to Texas Tech and help win the Big 12 College World Series. What does that say about some of the talent that y'all were surrounded by in that program?
I think it says a lot, and I think a lot of people don't realize just how much talent is at these big majors until they get onto a stage where it's like really more broadcast out there. And I think, especially during my sophomore sophomore year, I think, is when we went to the LSU regional. Like all of us felt like we got snubbed out of hosting that year, and it was because we were a mid. At least in my opinion, that's how I felt about the situation. And then the year after, we finally hosted, and obviously things didn't go our way, but I think it just says a lot of like how much talent is really at that mid major level, and just seeing more emphasis on like how that talent transfers over into these Power Five, Power Four conferences. It's amazing to see because it's not just at Louisiana. You see that from like you see kids transfer out of like Coastal Carolina and they wind up at like Georgia, and like it's like obviously there's a lot of talent there, and it's really exciting to see the game grow as much as it has.
Now you mentioned a little bit earlier that you're super competitive. And at this moment, like you said, tomorrow you go against Taylor, but then you have times where you may have to go against Sam, and later on when you how long you advance. But you also have travel ball people that you catching up with throughout the years. How do you try to make sure that it's a fine line with the competitiveness, but the loss also saying hi and congratulating them for reaching this mark? Like, where does that fine line go?
Oh, I've I've always kept it as like before and after the game, like we can be best friends, but like during the game, I don't really like you. But it's not like personal, it's not like a end of the world thing. It's more of like a I'm gonna win this game and be better than you. And then like after the game, if they did better than us, I'm always like, congrats, like y'all obviously like deserved it. And then if we win, I'm like, hey, you did great regardless, and it's the same way both sides. And I think understanding like the competitiveness in the sport really helps to not make things personal. Um, but yeah, I mean, we played A&M earlier this year. All of the hot shot girls took a picture together, and there was tons of them. And I think we had lost that game, but we had won the game before, and there was no hard feelings. Obviously, like it's at the end of the day, it's just a game, you know. So
When you look at the journey that y'all have been on this season, who has been somebody that you might can be able to pinpoint and say like this is the unsung hero that not a lot of people are looking at or talking about right now? That's been kind of a key piece to y'all being in the position y'all are in.
um, honestly, Reagan Jennings and Demi Elder and Logan Hall, like they are the only good returners, and they are so amazing. Like I don't even know how to describe them. Like they are just amazing in so many ways. Reagan is always so uplifting. Demi is so cheerful, and she really embodies like the feeling of um, being a Red Raider. And Logan Hallman doesn't ever complain about anything. She just gets in there and does her job. And same thing with Reagan and Demi. And like they really set like the the um, the foundations of what being a Red Raider is for all of us newcomers. And it's just I feel like they don't get talked about a lot, and I think there's definitely a lot of overlooking on that. I don't think we make it as far as we have, and especially in like the cohesiveness of the team without them.
Now, I know you just talked about some of your teammates in that light. I need to know. First, I got to ask if you first. Are you a trash talker?
No,
You're not at all.
no, I'm not.
All right. So who's the biggest trash talker on your team? Then?
Uh, Demi or Anya, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Um, I guess my last thing for you, as y'all are getting prepared to compete in the first ever for this program, the Women's College World Series, what do you think that moment will be like when the final out happens and y'all are hoisting a national championship? Have you had a chance to think about what that'll be like?
Uh, I really haven't thought that far ahead, to be honest. I'm just trying to take it one game at a time. But I think it wouldn't feel real, I feel like it would feel like fever dream. But I'm trying to just focus one game at a time, try not to take anything for granted and try not to look too far ahead. Because obviously you got to win the first one to get there. So,
And then for me, my last question is, first of all, congratulations for making it this far, and thank you for taking your time out your busy schedule to get on this podcast. But if there's anyone that you can see on this podcast that we can interview, and that could give you a great interview, just like how you did, you gotta, if you refer them, you gotta help them get us up there, get them up there. So, do you know anybody that want to do this podcast? And whoever you say, you have to help us get them up there. Who would it be?
Ooh. I could probably get NiJaree on here.
Let's make it happen.
Probably get NiJaree on here. I could probably get Lauren or Maya as well.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
All
Yeah,
right.
we can do that. For sure, Alexa. Well, we greatly appreciate you for taking time out of your schedule and hopping on here to talk with us. Congratulations on all the success y'all have had. Very proud of what y'all have been able to accomplish, and good luck to y'all on the way through to the Women's College World Series.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
No doubt. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Alexa Langeliers, a member of the Texas Tech softball team, as they are on the journey and road to the Women's College World Series. They're there in Oklahoma City, and she's been a part of that magnificent run that they've had. And it's going to be exciting, man. We got a lot of good games coming up. I believe it starts on Thursday at like noon. It runs all the way down and then goes from there, man. So another good one in the books for sure.
Heck yeah, but bang bang Raider gang. They don't say that.
No, bro. Making this stuff up, man.
All right.
Anyway, that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of the Fitz Take Podcast. If you made it to this point and you're not a subscriber, hit the bell down below. Be sure to like the video, comment below, share it, and all those things like that. We also have a community members tab on our YouTube now. Shout out YouTube. So if you want any exclusive perks or anything like that, be sure to subscribe to that as well. I forgot to mention that off top. Also, if you are listening to this podcast, follow us wherever you get your podcast feed from: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. And lastly, follow myself, Elijah, our podcast page, and my production company, ONEWAY Productions, on socials. The link down in the description of this video. Signing out for Elijah Nixon, I'm Jamarcus Fitzpatrick. We'll see you guys next time.